Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna pull the doors off this thing for the first time because we finally got some of this. Clear blue skies. The ridiculous rain we've had has finally let up, at least for a couple of days, and I cannot miss the opportunity to pull the doors off. So I'm gonna show you real quick how to do this. This is a little different, just slightly different from the JK, because you got a door limiting I don't know, door limiter, whatever you want to call it, right here on the inside of these doors, and the little panel is just a little bit different than the JK was. So anyway, real quick, obviously you're gonna have to take off the bolts on the bottom side of the door hinges first. So, got the bolts off on this side. I should have mentioned earlier those are T50 size. In case you ever can't remember, they're actually stamped right there on the door hinge. You should have a T50 in your little toolkit that came with your Jeep, which looks like this. It's got the little ratchet, got the little T50s in it, the bits. Those are easy to get out, right? So no big deal. In case you don't already know, I think most of you probably do, there's a little storage compartment back here under the back seat, specifically for those to live in. I personally don't put those back in after I've got them out. Took them out of my JKU as soon as I got it and never put them back in until the day I sold it. Don't think you really need them, but some people may be a little, anal retentive, want to put them back in. So anyway, got to get the ones off the other side and we'll work on the inside. All right, so I got the little retainer bolts out of all of the hinges. That's 8 retainer bolts. So they're all now hidden under the back seat. That part is honestly probably the most time-consuming part of the whole thing. A couple of things I didn't mention before. Make sure when you're undoing those that you're careful with the ratchet, not to bang up your paint. That's probably obvious, but just something for you to think about. Another thing is, once you undo the retainer strap and the wiring and everything, which I'm getting ready to do now, be careful not to get the famous cowl dent right here that many people often get once they unhook the door and it's swinging freely. They will sometimes swing the door too far and the good old mirror will put a nice little dent right here. So be careful about that too on this next step. Note, another thing I should have mentioned, it's best to roll your windows down before you do this because it just gives you something extra to grab on here when you're lifting your door up. Also, before you pull it off, it's a good idea to push that mirror in, fold it in so it's kind of out of the way. Another little thing that I found handy with the JK, I got this little Stanley panel carrier, basically used for like sheetrock and stuff like that, but it makes it really easy to stick into the door here, give you something to kind of lift up on while you're grabbing on the top of the door as well. Just makes it a little bit easier to carry. I've used that several times and it's just a nice little time saver. So the extra step here that the JK didn't have, this door swing limiter, I guess you might call it, did not exist before. So there's a little T44 hex nut right there, or hex bolt right there, that you've got to take out to disconnect that. Then we will remove the panel here, which is easy, supposedly. It just pops right off. And we'll disconnect the wiring. I'll show you that. Side note though, when you're putting these back in, you might not want to use a drill because you definitely don't want to strip those out. All right, that's undone. So now, undoing this wiring harness. Hopefully I can get good video here, but basically what you gotta do is you gotta push this little red thing up. It clicks to pop up out of the way. And then down here on the black, there's just a little holding pin or something that you might call it. You just kind of push on that and pull this white lever up, all the way up, and out comes the harness. Then you're going to pull off this retainer right here, the retainer strap that holds the door, keeps it from swinging out. Now again, remember, hold on to that. Don't let that door swing wide open on you, because you'll get the nice little cowl dent if you do. Another nice little feature to note, in case you don't want to use one of those Stanley panel carry handles I just showed you, on the inside of the door, underneath right here, there's actually a little bit of a lip to grab now if you wanted to reach inside the window, in through the window, and grab right there as you lift the door up. That's another easy way to carry the door. So I got the front driver's door off, and I have to say that door is a lot lighter than the JK doors were. They're aluminum now, which obviously makes a big difference. And having that little extra grab handle on the inside, I don't think I'm going to be using that panel carrier anymore. So nice little touch. Obviously, you're going to pop the panel back on right here, which is tethered, which is nice. So you never have to worry about setting it in the wrong place and forgetting where the hell you put it when you took it off. So we're going to pop that back on, and we're going to move on to the back door. This should be fairly easy. You got to line up the back. There's a couple little back tensioners. Front, pop it in, no big deal. Doing the back doors, it's best to move that front seat all the way forward to give you as much room as possible just to access everything on the back side. But same kind of deal that you did on the front. You're just going to pop that off. You're going to undo the harness and the retainer. Okay, a couple other little notes here. The back connector here does not have a little red clip that you have to slide up. You literally just squeeze right here, pull down on that, disconnect. Super easy. Another thing to keep in mind, or maybe get into the habit of doing, is once you've disconnected that wire, that harness, just tuck it in the net there. That keeps it from, you know, dangling down, maybe getting smashed when you set the doors down, damaged somehow. So just a little safety. There you have it. I am now doorless on the JT for the first time. Super easy. Takes a little longer that first time, just kind of getting all those nuts out and figuring out where everything is. But the next time around, this should take me maybe 3 to 4 minutes to just get all 4 doors off. And I'm loving how much lighter these doors are than the JK doors were. Hope that helps, guys. See ya.